What is up, ladies and gentlemen, gays and theys, and everybody in between? So, I know I have not been as active as I used to be way back on YouTube. And honestly, it's been a combination of things. As you guys know, there was a huge extended hospital stay, the general burnout that preceded all of that. But also, since I came back, I've been really getting into Twitch. I stream, I play games, we sometimes watch things, and lately what we have been doing is a lot of specific talking and looking at subjects that are relevant. All of June, we have been focusing on gay culture, gay history, segments of gay life that do not get explored. You have seen several of my conversations already uploaded here on YouTube with people from other avenues, people that are also on Twitch, and frankly, I want to continue doing this all month. One thing that I've been doing a lot of this month is taking a deeper look at porn. Now, of course, you all have seen the videos here. They're like the ones that get all the views. My porn reacts have been a thing for a long while, and they've always had the same sort of root at why I do them. I like to look at these things. I like to see the way that these people perform, the way that the script's written, whether it's a silly one, a serious one, a masterpiece, or a fluff piece. The way that they give us insight and aspects into how gay people live, how gay people love, how gay people fall, the things that we want, the things that we do. And I just find a lot of beauty in it that I think too many people glance over and glaze over because they just see porn as a quick thrill, as, you know, a means to an end. They don't see beyond the cum shot.
Let's pretend like this is the first time. Oh, what have you done to me?
One studio that I think amplifies the idea of looking beyond the cum shot more than any other is Cockyboys. Jake Jackson and RJ Sebastian have been spending a long time together, putting together art, telling stories, filming them with care and meticulous attentions to details. They definitely have always approached sex work, porn, the creation as art. So today we are going to be looking at Cockyboys, but not in the way I've done before. We have something here today. We have a little documentary that they did called Meet the Morecocks. This goes back a few years. It tells a different story to the story today, but one that I think is still relevant, still insightful, and still something to look at. Let's get into it.
To be creative.
When I see things from this long ago, I always get thrown off so much. It's like,
Take time to acknowledge the ones you love.
Sean looks so different.
Take time to become
Oh
the
my
person you want to be.
I'll never be able to adjust to twink size boomer, or I guess twunk size boomer if we want to be
Take time
accurate.
to smile.
I love that scene.
Porn stars are kind of the new punk. They're kind of really leading the way of what we're going to see in the next like 10, 20 years.
With Cockyboys, you know, it doesn't feel
I think you actually got that
strange to
spot
me.
on.
A huge part of our dialogue is positivity. We have this whole community of fans.
Do you have any other scenes that we don't?
I don't remember. That was just a long time ago. I think there's one with Gabriel Clark. Yeah, it's in the vault.
In the vault. The Disney vault.
My name is Levi Carter, and I first became a
My
Cockyboy
gosh.
in January of 2013.
Last time
He was fucking
George was supposed to be,
adorable.
like, my assistant. He left my bag at the airport. Oh, you did? Yeah.
I was super excited to be a part of the European book tour with Cockyboys. Max and Jake were still Max and Jake, the Empire, kind of.
Oh my god, you're really getting to this Facebook thing.
I met up with everyone at the airport because I was already in town.
I told all my friends to stay away from you.
So.
I'm still trying to figure out how it works on the phone.
No, click your profile. No, he has to click him again. Jason and I, in the beginning, our relationship.
Not that I'm teaching Jake how to use them.
I need to learn.
We connected on levels of creativity. You know, in my family.
Jake is fucking adorable.
Really, you know, I had no one I could depend on or anyone I could call if I needed anything or needed help. And he was really like a guardian. He felt a responsibility for all of us throughout the 2 years. You know, even when I wasn't doing porn and I just needed something or I was in trouble.
I've noticed that a lot with the other guys.
He was there.
You know, the ones that get out of it, the ones that leave. You still see whispers of them. And it's like, I love seeing that they still get a lot of care and support even after they stop being of monetary value to the studio, to the family.
And, you know, just,
I prefer family, honestly.
You know, Max punched
one on an almost seamless release yesterday. Yeah, they're shooting. Yeah, well, I guess when we have to travel for work, one of us usually has to stay behind to watch all 6 dogs and the company.
God, so many of the dogs have passed away recently. Like in the past 2 years,
maybe just
it's been really heartbreaking, and Jake takes each one of them incredibly heavily.
As far as what they want to
I can't blame him. Nothing worse than losing a family member like that.
Running the company gets a...
Almost 25 years ago, and we had one of those summer romances that lasted the entire time I was here, and ended, of course, when I left. And
look at him.
At a bookshop.
He's figuring out the phone.
Look, beautiful blonde boys, and that's because I always am sort of going back to my love affair with Andrew, and it's so vivid to me. I remember on the plane ride home, I had a journal, and I wrote the whole way home, and just crying. That was that moment where I really felt like that's the first time I understood what it meant to love somebody or something, and to really feel heartache. And he was just like the perfect blonde boy.
Yeah, those are the ones that are gonna fuck you up. I hate to say it.
We did a couple meet and greets with the fans in which Jake signed the cover of his new book, A Thing of Beauty.
Deep breaths, everybody.
Turn the lights on.
Rise and shine. Boys will most definitely be boys.
It's time to go.
Hey, Levi. Oh, my word. Ooh, oh my gosh, I love those. I love the KFC poppers. They were so good. Very hard to inhale, but once you got one in there, it was... I'm gonna shut up. Jake just followed me back, and he responded to my tweet about this. And he mentioned, you know, the number they did on the bedroom. He was like, yeah,
The people there
yeah,
didn't really know.
I just got there,
and
huh?
they were just so confused. But
Y'all
because I don't think they
nasty.
understand I was in the transition period.
After I just talked about how bad Lucas Entertainment was for that same thing. Yo, did that.
While we were
Naughty
in
boy.
Berlin, we
Naughty,
met these two
naughty.
fans. You know, they have talked to us on Twitter.
I'm Max. And I'm Jake.
And one day we got this tweet, and it was a recording of Road Trip, but dubbed in German.
Ich bin Max Ryder.
Und ich bin Jack Bass natürlich.
Und wir machen einen Roadtrip durch Amerika.
Oh my god.
One was played me and one.
It's reminding me of that TikTok.
Honey, wie viele Ex-Freunde hast du, Bitch? Ich bin viel zu jung, ich darf keinen Freund haben. Oh mein Gott! Ratatata!
Did me justice.
Oh my god, he's cute too.
Why? It was these two guys, boyfriends, and they're really great, they're really attractive, they're cute, and the kid's really talented.
How did German Road Trip come about?
And it's amazing. I mean, I don't even know how you guys did it.
I do a little bit of voice acting for some audiobooks and something like that. And so we got the equipment, and so it's. And you just taught me. I did directions like, scream more for Jay. Oh my God. You got to do it more like. What the hell's happening here?
I just want to know. I was a little excited just because I wanted to know what you look like, you know, in real life.
He's a lot shorter, right?
Little did you know, but the guy who played my double, he's mad.
My
crushing.
double.
He's literally pissed that he's not dating the real Jake Bass, and he's stuck with the Max Rider double. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh my god!
Well, okay, we're adding this to the list. One day.
When Jake and RJ go on trips like this, they take that time to have a little
Oh, I love that rug.
meditation and yoga time with myself.
Oh,
and
that's
Dave.
so beautiful.
As of last year, I became an official yoga teacher, and this year I just finished up my training for my 500-hour teacher training.
I haven't watched all of Enter Parasite, but I've watched most of the first part. I thought it was great. I mean, when you're actually in the moment and you're having us film all this weird stuff, we kind of look at you and we're like, why are we doing this? Well, he's crazy. But then when we see it edited, I'm like, oh, that's what he was talking about.
Yep.
Berlin was more of a turning point for me, whether I knew it or I didn't.
I think that if I knew what I was getting into in the beginning, that I could have handled things better. Ways I handled situations, or people I hung out with, or associated with, or ways I partied.
Max was being MIA for like a whole night, and then he came back and he like wouldn't wake up.
And that's my biggest thing. I'm very unreliable.
Can I see you in this?
Yay.
Just,
Paris.
This shirt off. Just with the collar up. Collar up? Yeah, just like that.
There's no amount of words in the world that can explain how much I
No, I have it. Or do I?
Here I am in Paris, France.
You look very nautical.
Yes, it is very nautical. That white trim, oh my gosh. Very few people can actually pull that off. Jake is one of them. Jake, fix your button. Jake, fix your button. One or the other.
In Paris, Jake and Max were still doing the kind of like, you know, the Jake and Max thing, and I was kind of doing my own thing over here, but it was fun.
It's not to put him down or anything.
But I mean, that was like Jake's last straw, and that was Jason's last straw, and that was Benny's last straw.
Taking me everything I have not to put him down, but
maybe he was kind of relieved because I mean, if he really did want out of the industry, maybe he was like, fine.
he believes he can make it on his own, and he believes he doesn't need anyone else. And
there was never any negativity or any fallout or anything with Max and myself. So the worst is he unfollowed me on Twitter. So I think he still doesn't follow me.
no matter how mad or upset I can be right now with him, he was a good friend. He was a good friend when he was a friend.
Do these like dances, and we could never film them because they happened so quick.
Oh my gosh,
There's
Jake.
like one he does, and it's like Britney Spears, and he's like, and he'll just like walk by doing these like choreographed Britney Spears dances, and you're like,
hello, hello.
Can I come
hello.
in?
Come on. What's happening?
I had an idea.
Uh-oh.
Should I close the door for this one?
No, later.
You've
No,
been
let's
thinking?
just get it out of the way.
Can I?
In advance?
Well, or not really in advance.
What?
Just get paid my scene I'm gonna do in like 2 days.
So you can have money to
No.
bounce around in the city
Well,
on?
yeah, kind of. Yeah. Not go crazy. I'm not. I have everything I need. I don't need new clothes or anything. I mean, we have our phone bill. They just came in, and it's and I want to be the good one who goes like, here. No. Everything's fine, but it's just enough for me to want to pay it now and not wait till it gets worse or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, cool. I'm so sick.
Oof.
You give me the kind of. It's always fun to come in the office because every time we come
Jake,
back
be
after a while,
nice.
there's always like fan mails and we were walking like almost hand in hand, me and Max, and walking down the street, and next thing you know, there's Viper walls, like, it goes like this, and and he turned around, screamed, "The porn stars," and ran straight into some woman and, crashed. It was funny.
You're always the last one to get off the train.
Hi. Welcome home.
Relationships.
Well, yeah, you got to
require
steal all
a
the good
lot
stuff people left
of focus
behind.
and work. I mean, any relationships.
There's logic to the system.
RJ and I live, love, and work with each other non-stop.
Is that your flower picking outfit?
If I get stung by something,
I definitely get the feeling that Jake Jackson has never just said we can do this in one
Wait,
take.
Ben just got a snake. Ew. His name is Samson.
Hi, Samson. Oh, okay. He's safe.
Of course it is. Oh my.
I wish I caught the little snake that was in the bathroom. He would have made a fabulous pet. You could eat all the mice and the cockroaches.
Are you still looking at eyebrow fails?
I was.
Hey, Bupster.
Are y'all making lunch?
Making your crock pot for all that.
Oh,
I
no.
think I'm gonna skip lunch. I smell something burning. I love it. It's like these cords.
Oh. I repeat, boys will definitely be boys.
Looks like a murder.
So dramatic, Jason.
I love that chair. I love that chair. Come on, spit it out. Girl,
I'm really, really sorry. But, I was watching the Kardashians. And I fell asleep with Samson on my chest.
oh no.
I can't find it anymore.
Oh, okay. That's okay. There's a chance here. There's a chance here. I thought he was going to say he squished Samson.
And he's the only one you got besides these two motherfuckers.
How did you fall asleep with a snake on you?
Literally, I just like dozed off with him on my belly.
And I wake up and it takes me a second to like trip out because I thought I was gonna, I squished him, killed him or something like that, but I just couldn't find him.
Maybe they can get a tarantula.
No, there's no tarantula.
No, tarantulas are sweet. Jake,
Oh, I'm so glad everything's green again.
Jake, I will fight for Team Tarantula
When I grow up, I want to look like you.
until the studio shuts down.
You jump. You go ahead and jump.
Cockyboys will have a tarantula mascot.
I'm waiting for.
I guarantee it.
Merci.
Yeah.
Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Reste. I'm watching you now.
No.
Merci. I go.
Yes. Well done.
I don't mean to stick my nose where it doesn't belong, but aren't you turning a year older today?
I like the first one. I'll bring Ben to my study. Come up here.
For some reason, that card just reminded me of the Morecoc kettle. I think it was Morecoc kettle at the fair.
It's usually your nose. It's in other people's business.
Birthday.
Yay, thank you. You're awesome.
Obviously, I named him Da Vinci, but you can change his name.
Oh.
Isn't he cute?
Oh, he's so adorable.
The only one who had a blue mask.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Very friendly.
What is it?
Gecko. A leopard gecko.
Yeah, leopard gecko.
Crickets?
Yeah. I
They're
bought
adorable.
a bunch.
I love them.
Does he change colors?
No.
No.
Sometimes he bites.
Oh, really? Does he just bite?
They're tiny. They're like,
doesn't have
they're
teeth, so
silly
it's just-
bites.
It's
Yeah.
like a little
It's
thing.
kind of just
Just
funny
like grab
to
onto
see
your
him try.
finger or something and
Let's go show
dangle
it to Adrian.
and try to look all
Scott?
menacing. But they just end up being adorable.
Scott?
I love lizards. There was a lizard outside. I couldn't catch it. I'm too old now. I used to be able to catch lizards, but I can't. All the good things in life pass. Oh, stop it. It's just a little baby. It's just a little baby. Oh my gosh.
Is he okay?
That's fine. I held it. It was so sweet. It was really sweet. No.
He's a little more playful than Samson.
Yeah. Well, Samson was like a venomous.
He was a venomous.
He was. Samson was the size of a piece of spaghetti. What was he gonna do?
It's always been a dream of mine to come to Paris.
Tickle you to death? This was Jake Jackson, RJ Sebastian, the entire team of an era of Cockyboys. Now, Cockyboys has, as you could see in the video released, a lot of art books, obviously a lot of DVDs and everything. Unfortunately for me, my collection is sparse. I have the handful of videos that I had grabbed while I had a membership on the website in order to do my YouTube reactions and everything. And, you know, hospital, coming back, no job on the market for me. And then the health problems for my mom that made me not having a job the better option. So pretty much all my porn subscriptions are gone now. So, you know, being able to open up the back catalog and look back at previous chapters, it's a different approach, but one I have been enjoying, one that I appreciate, because I know a lot of the things that have changed since then, and seeing how they have evolved as people, as a studio, as a family is utterly amazing and exciting to see. And it makes me happy. Again, you know, all these books, I wish I could have an entire stack of them just to be in the background so everyone could see them, everyone could notice them, people could ask about them. I would adore it. But I only have one. But it's one that means the world to me. It is Summer Boys. It's freaking Blake Mitchell right on the cover. Now, I've talked about this book before on stream. It was a while ago. I think maybe a handful of you were here for the first time. But I want to talk about it again because, again, we're going through Pride. We are going through talking about gay life, the queer experiences that have defined life for us. And Cockyboys, for me, is definitive. So I want to start with the back cover before we crack this old girl open. Summer is a state of mind. The photographs in this book capture summer in all its shades and nuances. Joy and melancholy, strength and vulnerability, love and lust, longing and freedom. Cockyboys' stunning models are as at home in the lush woods of New York State as by the piers and beaches of Malibu. They bask in the everlasting summer of Southern California, and they soak up the transitory summer on the northern East Coast. You can almost feel the tender warmth of a lazy July day as you turn the pages. No matter what the season or in what part of the world you find yourself, this book will awaken the summer boy within you. I love that. And then I pop it open, and the thing I was not expecting, that it was personally signed by both of them when I got it. I can't even remember if I had bought it or if there was a giveaway or something. It's so long ago. I really can't remember, but they're both in here. And yeah. Jake's on top, and he just says, I'm going to be putting the screen name instead of my name. Rule, what a joy to have gotten to know you these last few months. Thank you for the love and support. Love always, Jake Jackson. Then down at the bottom, Rule, thank you for your support, and I hope you enjoy these boys' day, doing what they love to do. XOXO, RJ Sebastian. Then there is their opening story, which is what I grabbed this book for. The pictures in this book have many different layers. Joy and melancholy, strength and vulnerability, love and lust, longing and freedom. Since taking over and reinventing Cockyboys in 2010, congratulations guys on 15 fucking years being one of the most amazing studios, we've tried to stress these diverse aspects of life and sexuality. Our work has resonated with our private lives, and our lives have found expression in our work. This has given us the opportunity to grow both professionally and personally with every new challenge, with every new project, and with every new performer. It's strange that realizations like this seem to become clearest in wintertime, when the darkness and cold envelop our country house in downstate New York, when the stripped trees, silent lakes, and sometimes snow-covered hills on our property hold their breath for a while. We're forced to do most of our shooting indoors. But there's always material left over to work on from the last summer. Scenes we shot in the woods when the trees were still lush and green, pictures we took by the pool when it was still a refuge from the heat, images of our performers when they arrived at our house in shorts and tank tops instead of coats, beanies, and scarves. Then they caressed, cuddled, and fucked each other in the open air of endless sunny afternoons. Their skin was covered with sweat instead of goosebumps. They were summer boys. But it's not only the weather that makes a summer boy. It's also a state of mind. We both come from places where even in wintertime the temperature never falls below the freezing point. Jake grew up in the subtropical climate of New Orleans. RJ in the Mediterranean vibe of Los Angeles, the city of angels. Los Angeles is where we met, where we fell in love, and in the first decade of the new millennium, where we decided to quit our thriving careers as an actor-model, RJ, and TV producer, Jake. That explains a hell of a lot about Jake, and make a daring but liberating move. We became full-time pornographers. It has also involved a physical move to the tolerant, cosmopolitan, and relaxed atmosphere of New York City. The freezing winters were definitely not what attracted us, but at least Jake can appreciate them as a time for contemplation and for gathering creative resources. For RJ, it's a little different. Even after 10 years, he struggles with the darkness and cold in the season from November to April. He misses the sunlight, the long warm days, and the energy they set free. Every time we travel to LA in winter for work or for play, our arrival there is like a sigh of relief for his whole organism. Nice use of the word organism. I applaud this. The summer boy within him comes back to life. It is this special, lustful energy that we try to capture and celebrate in the pictures of this book, shot partly in the woods which surrounded our house in New York State and partly by the piers and beaches in Malibu. There's a touch of both worlds in this project. The everlasting summer in California, and the transitory summers on the northern East Coast. But these two places only set the scene for the essence that Cockyboys stand for. Our performers, our friends, our companions, our summer boys. We chose almost 30 of them, and a cute dog, to be part of this project, forming couples who tell their own little stories of physical and spiritual rapprochement. In contrast to other porn studios, from the very beginning, our philosophy at Cockyboys has been only to pair men who feel a genuine attraction for each other. That's why our performers' encounters convey real tension, real affection, and real excitement. We hope our viewers will discover all of that in this book, and much more. RJ's photographs for this project express the freedom, joy, and inner peace that maybe only summertime can give us. If you really pay attention, you can feel the tender warmth of a summer wind as you turn the pages. If this book awakens a summer boy within you, no matter what the season or what part of the world you find yourself, our mission is accomplished. Endless summer is for everybody. Love, RJ Sebastian and Jake Jackson. And the photos are all utterly stunning, breathtaking pieces. I love Alam. There's not enough of him out there, but I love this picture. There's Lane. Oh, the old couple. My gosh. A throwback. Lane and Leo. I'm just getting distracted now looking at these pictures. That one is stunning. Oh, another one of my old favorites. I adore him so effing much. He's such a sweetie. But yeah, my one single possession of Cockyboys. And also, maybe one of my most precious things that I own. With signatures, autographs, little, words of niceness. As we've talked about everything over this past month, I've spent a lot of time reflecting, thinking, considering. I look at the friends, the faces, the people I've met in an industry that I have been told since before I was even fully aware of what porn was, were people to be avoided, people to be ostracized, people to be shunned. I think about that past, and I look at what my life has become since I've started meeting and interacting with them. The way that I have had boundaries opened up, the way that I have been able to explore parts of myself that I never would have had the strength to admit to at one point. I see the way that their activism, their protest, their push for better lives for themselves and for other people have lit a fire in my own heart and made me want more strongly and more directly to be a voice, to act out, to act up, to put into the world what I don't see. I look back at everything that has changed for me since the very first time I went onto a sex worker's account and commented just to talk, not to be horny or slutty. I look back at the first point where I looked at them and I said, this is a person, not an object, not a toy, not something I can use and toss aside. This is a human being. And I think that that's the start of when everything for me got much better, much more organized, much more sensible. And when I started to truly grow myself as a person. The sex work industry is valuable. The porn industry has endless potential to be important and valuable. And I think that we let bad actors define things far too much. And we forget to look at the good side of things. We forget to look at the beautiful side. For me, Cockyboys, Naked Sword, Next Door, even Say Uncle on occasion, they represent the good sides. They represent the potential for betterment. They represent everything beyond the cum shot. So, this was a little reaction to the old Cockyboys docuseries, Meet the Morecocks. It was a fabulous little throwback, and also this was a reflection on Cockyboys, on my own personal history with porn, with sex workers, and really a closure for Pride. Remember, guys, Pride exists all year long. It is not just for June. It is not just for October. It is not just for whatever month your location celebrates. It's year long, and Pride will always be a protest. So always remember to speak up. Always remember to have a voice. It doesn't have to be a loud voice. A quiet voice is valuable. A quiet voice will always be better than silence. People are working against us. People are trying to push us back into silence, back into the closet. And sometimes I am scared because when I look at the world, I feel like they are succeeding in horrendous, wide-reaching ways. But we still have our voices. We still have the ability to stand up, to oppose them, to fight against it, and to do our part to make this world a better place. And that's what we need to do. Every last one of us. And do it in whatever way you feel safest doing it. Sign those petitions. Hold up those placards. March in the streets. Do what you feel you're safe doing. Do what you feel you need to do. But just remember, we can only succeed if we work as a community. There can be no division, no separation, no breaking us apart into tiny little categories, because that's what they want. That's how they are going to win, by breaking us apart into smaller and smaller bits that are more easy to destroy. Even if you don't understand other queer people, even if you don't relate to other queer people, support them. Be by their side. Let them have a voice and be a voice for them. And to quote a rather overhyped movie of an era, that's all I've got to say about that. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And of course, remember, life does get better as long as you work at it, brick by brick.
This program is made possible by Oakland
and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.